friends, and welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to be sewing our block number 9 of our 2025 Designer Mystery Block of the Month. This month block is designed by Jackie McDonald. She is also a moda designer. She is also on Instagram. So this is what she designed this month, and then I'm also going to show you that I also completed my block number 10 of the Designer Mystery Block of the Month as well, and I've also sewn on the finishing component for it. The reason why I didn't do a video on this is because it was pretty much self-explanatory. These are just a whole bunch of HST being sewn together. The only modification that I made to my block is that I used the green. It's still the exact same green, but I just used the one with the smaller flowers on it instead of the one with the bigger printed flowers. That's the only modification. I didn't do anything different. And I went on ahead and sewed on the finishing layout because I didn't want to be behind. So I sewed everything, wanted to be done, power sewed everything so I would be ready and have everything up to date. So I can show you what mine looks like and give you some tips that I learned along the way that helped me keep all of my points straight, and you will see what I mean. With that said, let's go on ahead and sew our block number 9 of our Designer Mystery Block of the Month for 2025. So I have my pieces here all nice and cut out. I have cut my pieces a little different. That's because I'm going to use some shortcuts because some part of the instruction tells us to cut different pieces. I have cut mine out using this strip method, and I will show you that as we go along. And now we are going to sew our step number 1 of our Designer Mystery Block number 9. This is what our pattern looks like this month. This pattern is called Light Years. That's what we're going to be doing today. So with that said, let's go on ahead and sew this. I will show you my shortcut on what I am doing in terms of cutting my strip a little bit longer and then cutting it down to size. So let's do that. So the first thing we are going to be doing is sewing our pieces together, and I have strips cut out here. I will sew this strip and then I'll cut to the size that they want us to. So I'm just going to put pretty size together and I'm going to sew. I'm going to follow the instruction of the pattern, and I'm going to press to the dark. I'm just going to press very lightly, and that's that. I've done the math and I have enough in length going this way for what I need. So what I'm going to do now is just go on ahead and trim. So I'm just going to trim it to the size that it calls for. And I'm going to come here and just kind of perfect this one to the size that it's supposed to be. This is a bit of a bigger ruler, but it's going to have to just work for now. I have to have a smaller ruler somewhere here. So I'm just going to go on and cut the amount that I need, and we will move on to our next step. For this step, we need to have 4, and I have them all here. Our next step wants us to take the same pieces of fabric, and we are going to sew our rectangle to it. What we're going to do is make this go this way, and then we're going to sew this to this. I'm just going to strip piece all 4. Once all these are sewn together, we are going to press. And we have to press to our lighter side. So I'm just going to press it lightly, lightly. So step 1 and step number 2 are completed. Our next step is to take our main fabric, and then we're going to take our background, and I'm going to sew them together. I have the main print and I have the lighter. What I'm going to do here is sew this strip first, and then I'll cut down to what you need. I'm just going to sew right through it, and then I'll press. I have my strip here all nice and sewn. What you can do is open it up, iron it, and press, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do while it's still like this is leave it this way, and then I'll cut to what we need. So let's do that first. See how it is like that? What you want to do is make sure that your line, like the solid line, is on your sew line, like where you have your stitches. Make sure there's a straight line on that, and then you're going to cut to the size that you need to make sure that you have a perfect straight line. What I'm going to do now is cut. This is my first cut. I'm going to come back this way, and then I'm going to put my ruler to this side over here, matching it to the exact line that it's supposed to be. And then I'm gonna just cut up this little piece. Now that this is already cut, you're just going to bring your ruler, just cut. So we have 2, we need 4 in total. So now I have 4. The reason why I had a bit of a longer piece because I just went on ahead and cut 2 pieces. But in your case, you can do the math and then you can cut the strip that you need, or you can cut it per what the pattern suggests. What I'm going to do is just press it with light heat, just like that. I'm not going to overdo it. I'm just going to do this. So I'm going to come this way. The next thing we are doing is taking this same step right here. We're going to make a flying geese. I'm going to just take this same pieces of fabric that we just finished sewing. I'm going to take my light right here and I'm going to make flying geese and sew. I did sew another piece right here, have this extra piece right here. I'm going to press with my finger. I'm not going to use an iron because I don't want to stretch my fabric. And then I'm going to bring this and I'm going to sew. This is one right here that I have completed. What I'm going to do is just power sew this rest 3 right here and we will be done with this step. Now that all this are completed, we are not done. What we are going to do, we're going to bring this accent coral color. We are going to put it like this. We are going to sew going like that. I'm going to sew the other way. All right, so that's what we're going to do now. This same piece requires multiple steps. I think this is the bulk of the block. Okay, so now I have one side completed. What I'm going to do is come back and sew this side. So you have like a diamond shape right here in the middle. That's what we're going to have, or eventually rather. Let's go on ahead and sew our other side on now. What I'm going to do now is just give it a little heat. I'm not going to press it to death. I'm just going to just a little light heat, just like that. Once all 4 of them are completed, this is what they are going to look like. So you're going to look like you have this diamond shape over here. You kind of look like a pyramid, and that part is done. What we are going to do next is take our primary fabric and our background fabric. And we are going to make HST. So we're going to have a total of 4 HST. If you are a beginner, it is highly suggested that you have your ruler over like this. You draw a line down the middle using your favorite erasable pen. This is a friction erasable pen. It will go away. You're going to take your pretty sides together and then draw on the wrong side of your fabric. So I'm just making a line from corner to corner diagonally. So what I'm going to do now is sew on either side of this line. Some people will make a line on this side and a line on this side and sew directly on the line. I don't do that. I just kind of sew it like this. And if you can see right now, my line is landing right on this black part of my diagonal seam tape, just like that. I'm going to bring my other piece and I'm going to sew. I'm going to come back to the other side and I'm going to sew. What I'm going to do now is just cut like this. There you go. I'm not going to press it. I'm going to bring my ruler here and I'm going to look at my pattern and find out what size it needs to be. Now, this is the Clearly Perfect Slotted Trimmer ruler. This is my favorite. I've had this for so long. I love this ruler. I am not a sponsor or anything, but I just highly recommend this ruler because it gets the job done. You get trimmer A and then trimmer B. Trimmer A is cut in half and then trimmer B is cut as a whole. For example, this is 1.5, 2.5. And then trimmer B will just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever it is. So this ruler I love. What I'm going to do now is just bring my ruler to what it needs to be. And I'm just going to trim. This is all I have left. This is not so much. I'm not having a whole lot of waste. So that's a good thing. And then I'm just going to take this right here. I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to trim. Okay, so now that these are all nice and sewn, what I'm going to do is just press it. Now that these are all nice and pressed, we are not done. We are going to flip it this way and we're going to take our last piece right here, these teeny tiny squares. We're going to sew it onto the bottom end of it. Let me show you. We are going to sew just like this. We are going to sew on all 4. So now that we are done sewing all this, this is what all 4 of them should be looking like. This is what I have right here. What we are going to do is put them going like this on my design board, like this and like that. This is what our center is going to look like. What I'm going to do now is sew a fancy fall patch. I'm just going to line up my seams. So once all 4 of them are sewn, this is what you're going to have. I can't promise perfection here, but guess what? We have a fall patch. That's all I care about right now. Moving on, we are going to assemble our block. And so this is when it's going to be a little tricky, at least for me. I'm going to place this with my teeny tiny green fabric going away from my center. That's how I'm going to do it to help me with not flipping this, because I don't want to do that. I've done enough work here to know that I don't want to rip any seams out to redo. And then our green fabric is going to be going inward. So inside and inside and like so. This is what we're going to look like now. This is a really pretty block. It just requires a lot of steps. But anyways, that being said, this is what we're going to look like. What I'm going to do right now, like always, is piece everything together and we will be done. For this part, what I'm going to do now is flip over my fabric and I'm going to only press this part open. The back of my block doesn't look pretty, but it doesn't bother me. What I will do here is come to the junction and I'm going to pin right here. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pin. So that way my seam will match when I'm sewing. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. All right. I wanted to make sure that I have this sewn up to date. I have been sewing a ton just so I can show you what everything looks like all together sewn. This is my finishing layout and I kept to the pattern right here. So this is what a pattern looks like and I stayed to what the pattern says. I didn't change my layout or anything. And I'm pretty sure you can see on Fat Quarter Shop Facebook page where there are some people that changed their layout, but I kept to the layout because it was easier and I didn't want to have to think or search or anything. This is what mine looks like right here. And I just want to point out, I realized that the hardest part of sewing the finishing layout to it was keeping my points. All of the blocks have points to be met with the finishing layout fabric. There's no way you can get around it. All of it has points and I don't even think I realized that while I was making the blocks. But when I was sewing it together, it was a lot of points. This part right here also are points. It was a lot, but it is not anything that you cannot do as a beginner. As long as you keep your points right here, you make sure that you don't chop them off. And if you do, so what? Who cares? I mean, I'm just kind of pointing out what my experience is, and hopefully that will help you when you are sewing your finishing layout together to just keep in mind that every single block has points. This is what mine looks like. And so this is the block that we just finished sewing right here. I went on ahead and sewed it on. And I wanted to point out here, when I cut these fabric right here, I make sure that I fuzzy cut the larger floral print around the actual block. So I just went on ahead. So I made sure that I just kind of fit the flowers in, and I did the same thing here. Over here, I kept as much as the floral I could have in each one of those blocks, and the same thing here. The one that has floral, I just kind of make sure that I didn't have so much empty space in between to kind of like give it a little bit of pizzazz. So hopefully this will help you. That is just my tip on sewing your finishing layout, should you use this same layout. So I've completed block number 10 as well. It's going to go right here. Once number 11 and 12 are here and sewn, they will be connected to the bottom here as well. For now, this is what I have. This is my block number 9 and my block number 10 all sewn. I hope this have encouraged and inspired you to complete sewing your blocks so you could get a beautiful quilt like this. With that said, that's all I have for you today. I hope you are having a great day. Please make sure you subscribe down below, and I would love to see you in my next video. Bye.